Republican on the Fulton County Election Board. Now, this is down in Georgia. Fulton County, of course, is the Atlanta area, an area that, well, Fani Willis is the district attorney, for example. But this white Republican lady, Julie Adams is her name, she is one of 5 board members who certify elections. And she's also the affiliated with the Tea Party Patriots, which has now become an election-denying group. It was, kicked off by the Koch brothers back in the day to fight against socialized medicine, aka Obamacare. But now it's kind of gone its own way and turned into just another kind of right-wing weird crank group. She's also the regional coordinator for the southeastern states in the so-called Election Integrity Network. Election integrity is a buzz phrase that Republicans use for preventing black people from voting, basically. And the EIN, Election Integrity Network, is a national group now that has recruited election deniers to try to fill spots in local election offices in communities where there are a lot of black voters, so that they can simply refuse to certify those elections so that those black votes don't get counted. And she helped start the Georgia Election Integrity Coalition after, in 2022, attending the National EIN Summit. And so in May, well, this is May, last week, or maybe 2 weeks ago, Georgia had their primaries. And Fani Willis, by the way, got reelected, as did the judge in that case, Scott McAfee. Or at least won their primaries. I can't say they got reelected, but they got they won their primaries. But Julie Adams, this 5th member of the board that certifies the results, refused to certify the results. And she said that the reason why was because she wanted a bunch of additional information. And the additional information that she was asking for would have basically just ground the entire system to a halt. She wanted to, she wanted copies of all the ballots. She wanted, I mean, just insane stuff. It was just crazy. And this is happening all over the country, that these election deniers from this We Don't Want No Black People Voting EIN group have or are refusing to certify elections. And this is essentially in the primaries here, this is a dress rehearsal for this November. And, that's how Trump tried to steal the election in 2020, was with the fake electors. The fake electors kind of blew up in his face. But if the real electors, or if the people who certify the election that defines the real electors, refuse to certify the elections at the state level, see, they were trying to get at the federal level. You had 147 Republicans in the House of Representatives who voted against certifying the election in 2020. Which is, about, 60 or 70 short of what would have been necessary to shut down the election and throw it to the House of Representatives. And I guarantee you they're going to try to do that again this fall if Trump loses. Hopefully, knock wood, please God, when Trump loses. But in any case, this is, part of their strategy. And one of Trump's former lawyers, Cleta Mitchell, founded the Election Integrity Network. We don't want no black people voting, their unofficial motto. And she was on that phone call where Trump was telling Brad Raffensperger that if he didn't find 11,000 plus votes to put him over the top, that Raffensperger, the Secretary of State of Georgia, could be facing jail time. Trump threatened him. And that, of course, is what Fani Willis wants to charge him with. And of course, what the Republicans in Georgia are trying to prevent from happening. But the day after the primary, Adams had filed a lawsuit against the Fulton County Board to try to get all this information that she said she needed. It's just gumming up the works. I mean, it's just very straightforward stuff. So keep an eye on this. This is an early warning system. This is a sign. This is, like I said, this is a rehearsal. These people are practicing for what they're going to do this fall in order to try to throw the election to the House. Because in the House, you know, under the 12th Amendment, if an election, if neither party, if neither Biden nor Trump reach, assuming those are the candidates, if neither one of them reaches 270 votes, then there is no electoral college decision. It has to be an absolute majority of 50% plus one person. And if that does not happen, then the fallback is that the House of Representatives selects the president. And when they do that, each state has one vote, and that vote represents the will of the majority of the people on that state's congressional delegation. So if you've got a congressional delegation that's got, you know, 7 Republicans and 2 Democrats, like I believe North Carolina does, then, you know, they're going to vote for Trump. And it turns out that there's 27 states that are majority Republican controlled, and, you know, only 23 that have either balanced representation or majority Democratic control. So if the election gets thrown to the House, Donald Trump will become president. And the Republicans know this. And that's what they're working toward. That's what this is all about.